All right, I'd like to welcome everyone to the November 6th, 2023 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Would you please please rise and join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. I'm Jeff Benton, President of the Board this year. To my left is Vice President, fellow Commissioner Gary Merrill. To my right is fellow Commissioner Barb Lewis, our County Administrator Tracy Davies, our Deputy Administrators, Don Houston, Eric Hostetler are here today, our clerks, Jennifer Walraven, Brandy Wilson. But before we start, I wanted to just acknowledge the very sad news we received over the weekend. Jerry Ungershik, from the engineer's office, longtime employee, was tragically killed in a motorcycle accident Saturday evening, and so want to acknowledge that. He's long-time part of the engineers' work family and the county family, and so we really extend our thoughts and prayers to the Ungershik family, the engineer's office, and everyone touched by this very sad news. So anyway, we just want to acknowledge that. And Jennifer, let's proceed.
Resolution number 23-940, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held November 2nd, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-940. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We do not have any public comment today, so that brings us to item number 3. Resolution number 23-941, in the matter of approving purchase orders and now certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM ABR 1103.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-941. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-942, in the matter of establishing a new fund and a new organizational key and approving supplemental appropriations and a revised revenue estimate for Healthy Aging Grant.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion,
Morning, Commissioners. Justin Navi, Director of Finance. This request is just to set up the chart of accounts and the budget for the Healthy Aging Grant.
okay. Any comments, questions? All right, Jennifer, vote please.
Vote on motion 23-942. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.
Resolution number 23-943, in the matter of accepting the roads and approving recommended speed limits, establishing stop conditions, and releasing the securities for the Evans Farm Section 1, Phase A, Part 2, Evans Farm Section 2, Phase B, Evans Farm Section 2, Phase C, and Evans Farm Section 2, Phase D, Part 1.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion,
Morning, Commissioners. Rob Riley, Chief Deputy Engineer. First, Commissioner Benton, thank you for the kind words. Jerry was a good friend, and he'll be missed. On this item, we have the public streets for the Evans Farm development, 207 lots included in these two phases. The streets have been through the the private developer maintenance period and are ready to go on the public system.
okay, questions, comments, vote please.
Vote on motion 23-943. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-944, in the matter of approving an owner's agreement for ravines at Meadow Ridge roadway improvements.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion,
This is the rental community development I know you're familiar with, located in Sunbury at the corner of Africa Road. This agreement involves the turn lane that will be built on Africa Road into the development, and so we are taking a bond to make sure that that project gets completed. That construction will most likely happen next year. That's about it.
okay. Comments, questions, vote please.
Vote on motion 23-944. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-945, in the matter of establishing a maintenance bond and releasing construction bond for Berkshire Crossing Section 1, Berkshire Crossing Section 2, and Mulberry Estates.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Berkshire Crossing is a 100-lot subdivision located off Wilson Road, near North Galena Road in Berkshire Township. And then Mulberry Estates is a 6-lot subdivision located off Big Walnut Road in Genoa Township. Both of those subdivisions, the public street and stormwater improvements have been completed and are ready to go on the developer maintenance period.
Okay. Discussion. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-945. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-946, in the matter of approving plans, specifications, setting the bid date and time for the project known as Dell CR 13-5.02, Worthington Road and Lewis Center Road intersection improvements.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
You may, I'm sure you're familiar with this project. We've been developing this improvement for several years now. Will involve a new roundabout at the Worthington Road and Lewis Center Road intersection. This is about a $3.1 million construction project. We are receiving up to $1.7 million of funding through ODOT through the Highway Safety Improvement Program. And we may also be able to roll over some of the unused funds from the engineering and right-of-way phase as well to supplement that. So we are planning to go out to bid here soon, and then have the construction hopefully mostly done by the end of next year. Some of that may spill over into 2025, and a lot of it just depends on how quickly the utilities are relocated for the road work.
Okay. All right. Another important project. Appreciate that. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-946. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-947, in the matter of approving amendment number 2 to the professional services agreement with Trans Associates Engineering Consulting Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
This is a contract modification for the design contract on the Stites Road improvements between Home Road up to Hyatt's Road. We've had to make some drainage design changes to the plans, and so this is a $20,000 modification to revise the plans for those drainage changes. This should wrap up the design. We are actually going out, plan on going out to bid late next spring or summer. We have, this was the OPWC application that your board approved maybe a couple of weeks ago. So we'll be waiting for news on the funding for that project. It's about a $2 to $2.5 million construction project, and we were asking for about $500,000 from OPWC towards this project. So again, it'll be hopefully under construction starting next summer, maybe next fall, and it'll take about probably 9 months to complete, again, subject to utility relocation.
Okay. Questions, comments? Vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-947. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-948, in the matter of approving right-of-way work permit summary sheet.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
We have 6 permits for you today. These are pretty typical, unremarkable permits, and recommend your approval.
Okay. Vote, Jennifer?
Vote on motion 23-948. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-949, in the matter of accepting public right-of-way for the improvements to the US 36 State Route 37 and Galena Road, Dell 36-18.95, and authorizing the county administrator to execute an affidavit.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
I think you're aware the intersection at US 3637 and Galena Road is a ODOT improvement project. They'll be doing some work on that project. They've already actually started on some of the temporary pavement. We'll add turn lanes to each leg, or each approach of the intersection, and replace the traffic signal. That project was a joint effort between ODOT and ourselves. ODOT acquired on the county's behalf some right-of-way for the improvements on Galena roads, the north and the south sides of the intersection. And so this resolution authorizes or accepts that public right-of-way that was acquired by ODOT, and will also involve demolition of the building on the northeast corner. And so that's authorizing Tracy to execute that affidavit for the building permit.
What is the timing on this one, Rob? This project, I know they've started.
Yeah, they've started. I don't know exactly what the completion date is. I fully expect it'll go into next summer. Generally, traffic polls take about a year to 15 months to get fabricated and delivered. So I wouldn't expect this project to be done much before next fall.
Okay. Yeah, again, this is one of those bottleneck intersections. It just gets backed up in every direction, so good to see that's being fixed. So, Jennifer, vote please.
Vote on motion 23-949. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you.
Before you walk away, can I
Thanks,
ask you a
Rob.
question?
Sure.
Because I live in Dornoch, I get asked this question.
Yes.
Broadmiller and Berlin Station, what's the ending date for that? When's that gonna reopen?
So our plan is to have the work on the south leg wrapped up this winter, or this fall, before winter. Unfortunately, as with some other projects, we have been delayed by utility relocation. That seems to be the story of this year. So the crews are currently working around the poles that are in the road, but we're doing everything we can to get that road open as quickly as possible. And then in the spring, once the weather breaks, we'll resume work going east from the intersection, doing some minor widening on Berlin Station Road. So overall completion probably late next summer for the
And as
project.
far as when are we expecting, another few weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks?
I would love to tell you, I really would. I think we've had a number of conversations with the utility owners and have asked repeatedly for a schedule on when they'll have the poles moved. So we're happy to get back with you as soon as we hear something.
And they're not very responsive. We learned from other
Other
projects.
projects, yeah.
It's been difficult this year, for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Rob.
Item number 12, resolution number 23-950, in the matter of reappointing a member to the Delaware County District Library Board of Trustees.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jane Hawes, Director of Communications. We have before you a resolution to reappoint Bradley Allen to the District Library Board, and we recommend your approval.
Okay. Comments, questions?
I'll just make it, Brad is, he finished a term, and everything I have seen from a distance, he's works very, very hard to do a good job on that board, and I think he will be very well positioned for a new term and will do a great job.
Yeah, I'd like to acknowledge that as well. Brad does take it very seriously and brings a skill set to the board that is very valuable, so good to see Brad decide to be reappointed. Jennifer, vote please.
Vote on motion 23-950. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-951, in the matter of re-electing members of the Delaware County Volunteer Peace Officers Dependents Fund Board.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
This one, Sheriff Jeff Balzer and Brad Ewens from our HR department have served as members of this board, and they're interested in being reelected to it, so we recommend your approval.
Okay. Vote please.
Vote on motion 23-951. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Jane.
you.
Brings us to administrator reports.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tracy Davies, County Administrator. Our budget hearings will begin this afternoon at 1:30. Just a note on schedule, we are rescheduling the engineer's office, so we are moving up the time for regional sewer, and they will be here about 2:15, 2:30 for their presentation.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, Commissioner Merrill.
I have a few things. The course of board, I attended that Friday. It was an interesting meeting and a long meeting, but very productive. The Veterans Parade yesterday, Commissioner Benton was in it as well. In fact, your vehicle was right behind my vehicle. And I just want to put a shout out. I spoke to Margot this morning, Margot Michaels. The job that she does, putting that together once a year, and trying to imagine when you've got, I don't know, there had to be a couple hundred vehicles involved, maybe, I didn't get an exact count.
Yep.
and it's bigger than last year's, and trying to get the crowds out, trying to get everyone who's there for one time a year in the right place at the right time, so we can start at the right time. It's quite an effort, and just shout out to her and her passion for doing this. And every time I turn around, her golf cart was moving somewhere, and there it was again. She's all over the place. And any number of people, all the volunteers, there was a lot of volunteers helping out. Anything we can do to salute and show support for our veterans is important. And as you may know, Columbus canceled their parade, which I won't comment on that other than what I just said. But we did a great job yesterday. The fans, the supporters were out on the streets, and everybody should be very proud of the effort here in Delaware County. And again, shout out to Margot. Tomorrow is Election Day. I am privileged to work the polls, so it is a long day, and I'll be down in the PAL area. And so everyone, I've encouraged everybody to get out and vote. And then Sunbury's annual dinner is Wednesday evening. I'm attending that. I don't know if either of you.
Yeah, I've got.
So
a
So I will
conflict.
be there Wednesday evening for that, and with that, I'm done.
Okay. Commissioner Lewis?
We had our state justice and public safety meeting, discussed jail funding and how that's working out. The legislature did allocate more money for that, as did the governor in his budget. So the legislature just moved on that too, which is good. We also discussed Medicaid funding for jails, and right now it's probably in the hands of the director. And so, Director of Medicaid here. So we will see. CCAO is working on that. So medication that's needed for people who are in our jail will not be cut off.
And that's something we all talk about in our meetings. And I'll say absurdity of someone when they go into jail, they're no longer eligible.
Right, I know.
Which makes absolutely no sense.
Right,
And it ultimately then falls on the taxpayers in our county and all the other counties.
yeah,
And
Right.
it's one of those absurd things that makes no sense.
right. Absolutely. That's it.
Okay, really didn't have much else. I also want to give a shout out to Margot for her just huge effort to make that parade. And it was a long parade, just really very nice, very well done. Had MORPC Executive Committee on Thursday. Things are moving along on a number of fronts there. Budget hearings, get out and vote tomorrow, if you haven't voted already. And that's it. I did receive on my desk this morning, which I didn't know was coming, a Ohio Senate resolution signed by Senate President Matt Huffman and our Senator Andrew Brenner, just acknowledging and congratulating us on the Bixby building opening. So it was very nice, and our Senator Brenner to do that, and Senator Huffman to endorse it. And so again, very nice resolution and a huge accomplishment. I know we had the ribbon cutting last week, and it was well attended. Unfortunately, it was inside, but again, just turned out beautiful. It's going to be very functional for decades to come. Make it a lot easier for us, for the residents, businesses, et cetera, to do business with the county, which is great. So that's it. We do need executive session, Jennifer?
We do. Resolution number 23-952, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of employment of a public employer or public official to consider the purchase of property for public purposes and for pending or imminent litigation.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Vote?
Vote on motion 23-952. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
We're now in executive session.